start today by looking at some of the teams that we have identified as direct competitors to us. Guys like the Athletics, the Nationals, the Pirates, teams of that nature that when we took over, those are who we were clumped in against. I want to kind of take a look at them and see how they have built over the last 5 years. Are we in a better position? Are they in a better position? Things like that. So obviously you know our team, you know our stars that we've added, our stars that we've developed, our stars that we have kept, and we still have a incredible pitching pipeline on its way and in the league right now, and that's good. Let's check on another team, again, that we have been directly competing against, not really competing against, but the Orioles. Look how good this team is. All three of these guys, all four of these guys, I think all five of these guys, all six, 7, 8, 9, 10, all these guys developed here in Baltimore. And this is the fruition of what we can expect. This is what we're trying to end up like, right? Great pickup, great pick. International free agent signing. Probably a pick at some point. I'm not sure how Kyle Bradish originated. But all these guys, they lose Adley Rutschman, and they're still in a fantastic spot because they have Samuel Basallo, one of the best catchers in all of the league, and has been since he was about 18, 19 years old, which is crazy to think about. So they can just keep that factory going. So this is what we want to look like in the future. We've seen them win a World Series before. The one thing is, do they keep their guys? Obviously, let Adley go. Gunnar Henderson is up soon. Jackson Holliday only has one more year team control after this. Grayson Rodriguez, same boat. Basallo still has some time, but the clocks are running on these guys. How much longer can the Orioles sustain this is what we're really looking at. A team like Chicago, unfortunately, they have their top 3 players all injured, and it looks like for a decent amount of time, 3 fractures here. But what have they done? I think they're in a pretty decent spot here. Colson Montgomery, a homegrown star who's been awesome. Look at the rotation, nothing crazy. Matt Roth, the guy that we're starting to see guys who we've seen before and have scouted before and have tried to go after before. They've had this catcher depth when I took over. They signed some guys like Nico Horner, Danny Jansen to add to Luis Robert and their pitching that they had kind of developing. Frank Chirac sitting in single A, shout out Big Frank there. Montgomery Ramses Feldman is in, moving over to left field. He's up. They've added Ian Happ. So, a decent roster, and we'll check on their records in a little bit. But a team that we're looking at, Kansas City, another team, obviously Bobby Witt Jr., an absolute megastar. But they went in a little bit quicker. Obviously, Freddie Freeman has been developing extremely well. But they went out and got Blake Snell, someone they brought in. Drew Rasmussen, they brought in this last offseason. Big trade for Ryan Helsley. They also have Nolan Arenado, who's been here for a couple of years. They've went out and got Yandy Diaz, and they were a little bit ahead of schedule as it pertains to us, but they are in kind of where we are right now. They're ready to add pieces. So where they were 2-3 years ago is where we are now, trying to add on a whole new outfield. They got rid of some of their top prospects to do this, which I don't think I'm as willing to do, but they've gone out and done their thing. Oakland even spent, and that was kind of the last straw for me. They went out there and got a guy like Casey Mize, Barton Lopez, a guy that we remember from the first year's draft, 2024 Massachusetts guy. He's someone that was drafted and has been adding on. Lee Chon and Sebastian Sosa, 2 guys they've drafted, have come up, developed, and given them some decent innings. A guy with a 2.49 ERA in his first year. Lee Chon settling in a lot more these last couple of years as well. They had Soderstrom, they had Langoliers. Obviously, they're doing fantastic right now. Went out and got Nathaniel Lowe, Zach Geloff. They did have Luis Arias for a few seasons. So they've added quietly. They've added slowly. Obviously, adding one of the best prospects ever in Dexter Ross is not going to hurt at all. but they've kind of been more along our lines where they've made a move here, waited, made another move, waited, made a move, waited, and now they're kind of ready to strike while this iron's hot. Washington, mostly developing players that have already been here. Added a guy like Justin May, added a guy like Giovanni Gallegos. Added DeAndre Jordan does not hurt as well. A rookie of the month already, and another one of those generational prospects you read about. But they've been developing guys. Oh, shout out old friend Eliuris Montero. They've been developing guys that have been here already. They haven't really added too many huge additions. Edgar Rodriguez, a guy that they've added, a guy that we've looked at to try to add to our team through the draft. They ended up picking him. But most of these guys were already set in stone. They're still waiting on some of their top prospects. They have some good pitchers in the wings, I believe. Ezra Soto, their first-round pack from last year. Jesus Acevedo, Leo Asensio. So they're kind of went our way by going pitching and then supplementing that way. Last team you want to look at is the Pittsburgh Pirates. Obviously, they had Paul Skeens. They had some guys there already. And they've developed, but they went out. They got Bryson Stott. They've been adding. Teams have been adding. We finally have caught up and have started to add as well. Let's check out some of the records real quick of these couple of teams and see where, again, we stack against them so far in 2028. Our record is 31-27 as of right now. If we look at the Pirates, ahead of them by a couple of games. Look at the Nationals, still ahead of them a couple games. They're both 28 and 32. So ahead of schedule, at least this year, to those guys. The Athletics still have not figured it out. The Royals still have not figured it out. The Orioles, even the Orioles, were above. So if you really look at what we have going, 31 wins would be right now 1, 2, 3, 4. 5, 6, 7. Oh, the White Sox are doing well. That's another team we looked at. So 7 teams that are definitely better than us record-wise right now. Other than that, a couple teams at 31, and we're looking good here, and I'm really loving what we've started. Now let's hop into some of the action from this month after looking over some of the teams in our area code, teams we've been kind of chasing down or trying to compete with over this my time here. Here is a moment against the Diamondbacks, bottom of the 9th. Stephen Kwan flies out. Zach Veen, whose numbers still look great, but is coming back down to earth slowly and slowly and slowly. Still hitting over 300, still having a good day today, but not that 340-plus number we saw at the end of April as we begin June here. Happy Pride to all my LGBTQ plus community. Hopefully I got that right. I ground over second base, bobbled, but plenty of time to end the game as Zach Veen grounds out. Arizona picks up another win. We just can't beat Arizona. Now we got San Francisco, which we've been able to beat San Francisco. Will we be able to beat San Francisco here? It is Sterling Thompson on in the batter's box, taking on Zach Jackson. Runner on second base for Thompson here, trying to crack this one open, give the Rockies a tie at least, maybe even the lead with a big hit here. Stung into center field. This is going to score the runner. Coming all the way around, I believe, is Tovar. And Thompson doing good here as he gets a big base hit. Ties this one up 9-9, top 9 in San Francisco. He's been pretty decent since coming back from that injury. Jackson does get Jazz Chisholm to strike out swinging, so 2 outs in the inning. Brings up Benny Montgomery. Montgomery's been playing against lefties and just getting the day here today in left field. Seems like Stephen Kwan out for today. Jammed, popped up, and that's going to have just enough legs to fall in front of right field. And it'll be a base hit for Montgomery. Not the prettiest of hits, but a hit's a hit. Brings up Ralphie Velasquez, who has a chance to be the hero. Swings over top of that changeup. Velasquez, 2 for 4 today. Swings over the changeup again. So just a little early, then a little late. Let's see if he can even it out. They give him another, this time a fastball, and he's dead on it. This is going to roll. This is going to allow that speed on the bases to come home. And Velasquez, Montgomery had a little hiccup there. I think he stumbled a bit. But Velasquez able to get the third run of the inning across. 11-9. Rockies taking the lead here in San Francisco. Every win's a good win, especially against a division opponent. And hopefully we can hold this one out. Randy Rodriguez is coming in after Zach Thompson could not close it out. Stephen Kwan pops it up into center field, and that will do it for the ninth inning. Rockies strike for 3 here in the ninth. And it's going to be Bader, Eldridge, and Crawford. So not too many guys that can, kill us. But definitely some guys for sure. Gabe Spire's going to come in, our new closer. 5 for 6 since going into that closer role. This one's hit hard, deep. Eldridge, lefty crime. Oh, you bet. Montgomery a leap and over his glove. And that will do it. Levi's landing goes crazy. Didn't go over that way, but that's their home run area, I guess. And that is going to make this one an 11-10 ball game. So Spire, who's been very good for us this year, gives up a blemish there. J.P. Crawford can't have the same success. He pops up. Stephen Kwan's under it to take it away. Now 2 outs in the inning. Going to bring up the 8-hole hitter, Patrick Bailey, who's having a fantastic, one of the best catcher tandems in the game, him and Blake Sable. Bailey, extremely good against left-handed pitcher and a great defender. Sable, extremely great against right-handed pitching and a great defender. So no matter what, they have a great bat and a great glove behind the plate. And almost in every situation, Bailey just forgot he had a bat, let that one go, and strike 3 looking to end things here. Colorado hangs on for the win, save for Spire, and a big hit by Ralphie Velasquez and Sterling Thompson, some of our youngins doing the damn thing here for us. And we take the first game of this series. We won't have to go too far, as here we are again the next night. Sionel Perez on the bump, and Zach Dean will swing and miss at that sinker, and way late on it. That will do it here for the top half of the 8th. Bo Brisky against Jung-Hoo Lee, and he will get the out there. So Brisky comes in, throws a clean inning, and now the Rockies have a chance to potentially do some of their late inning magic against the Giants here, down 2-1, and here he is, Camilo Doval, one of the scariest guys out of anyone's bullpen in anyone in the league, and he is going to come in and try to close things out here in Oracle Park in San Francisco as the wind whipping in. When isn't it? A 5.48 ERA, hasn't had the greatest of seasons, and Sterling Thompson's proven that true. This one is going to be off the bricks out there on that top side by the wall, and he's going to be standing up at second base. So back-to-back games with a pivotal double in the 9th inning for Sterling Thompson. This time is 6th. He's really starting to figure it out, especially as we get deeper in the season. He's going to be playing more in the outfield, playing more at third base, just spelling people. Juan Guerrero getting the start at first base today, trying to be the hero, and he will be the 0. Strikes out swinging over 3 day for Juan Guerrero as the Rockies try to push across their second run of the game. And look at that slider, just disappears. Jazz Chisholm, come on out, fella. A 1.016 OPS. He's going to get hit right in the ribs by a slider. It is an off-speed pitch, but still in there at like 90 miles per hour. Adael Amador, he's on next. Some speed on the base paths. Thompson can move. Jazz, we know, has wheels on the ground. This is going to get through. Past the first baseman down the line. We're going to score 1. Chisholm puts on the brakes at third. And that is a big hit by Adael Amador, bringing in Sterling Thompson. And it is a 2-2 game. Doval blows another one. Has not had the best of seasons despite what we know the talent level is at. And now Stephen Kwan's coming out. We're just going to try to empty this bench. Again, guys getting off days, but we're trying to win ball games here, folks. And Chisholm isn't going to tag up with Thairo Estrada out there. And that will be the second out of the inning. Brings up Nolan Jones, one of the better hitters in all of the league. Starting to heat up a little bit. Weak tapper to Estrada, and he will toss it over to first base. I think Patrick Bailey's over there tonight. And Amador getting the hit that we needed. A couple hits in that inning, and we get a run. Gabe Spire out there yet again for a second straight night, and he will throw a perfect night. So extra innings we go, as the Rockies and Giants knotted up at 2. Here in the 10th inning now, Fernandez, Tovar, Veen scheduled to bat for Colorado. Fernandez 3-2 count. It'll be Jones at second base. And Fernandez, it didn't matter. You're coming home anyway. This one is absolutely pulverized and not quite a splash landing, but it gets in there on the bounce. And a huge hit from Yanquiel Fernandez gives us the lead late. That's 2 runs in the inning, and we still have 3 outs to play with. Yanquiel lifting off here in the San Francisco night, 400 feet. Thompson now against Kevin Gausman won't have the same success he did against Doval. Just late on that fastball, and that will do it here. So Fernandez, the only key at bat in that inning. And now we bring it to Scott Barlow and company as Zach Veen tumbles trying to get to that one. Patrick Bailey is going to have himself potentially 3. So the wheels falling off here. Scott Barlow, one of the guys that we just haven't had the greatest of seasons with. He is going to continue to prove that correct. Harrison Bader on. He is going to swing and send this one foul. So dangerous time. Bailey breaks for the plate. Bader is going to miss on the slider way outside the zone. And the suicide squeeze turns out to be suicidal. As now Barlow just 1 strike away from getting out of it. He will. So disaster turned into a win gifted to us by the Giants. We came back twice against them, and here we are, winning games we probably shouldn't be, and that's what the key was last year. But this year, we're winning games a whole lot more. We got some roster moves to go over, and it is a big one. Dollander again getting sent down to AAA at ERA and FIP, both in the 6s. So the surface numbers are bad. The under the surface numbers are bad. Dollander has just been bad. This is 2 straight years, and I have no clue what we're going to do with this kid. He just can't figure it out. He's shoving in AAA. Just can't quite figure it out in the majors after having a pretty solid first couple of years. James Moore, we're sending back down to AA. Struggled to get footing. We might have rushed him, and I think this year we're going to call it a wash. We're going to put him in AA. Let him see what he can do there, and we're going to reevaluate next year. We might have rushed him, kind of caused some not damage, but just rushed him, caused some confidence issues. The corresponding moves here, we are calling up J.J. Rose. Yep, J.J. Rose is finally going to make it to the major leagues. He'll be pitching in our game against Washington next week. So J.J. Rose has made the active roster, and Rafael Parra is going to go to AAA. He had 2 earned runs, two ERA, excuse me, not 2 earned runs, but 2 ERA in AA. He is past AA. He's been down there for a couple of seasons. We're going to move him up, and that is the moves we are making right now. And now we are facing off against Washington, where we're going to see the debut of J.J. Rose. Let me know if you're excited. I'm hyped. And here we are, J.J. Rose in our nation's capital, not too terribly far away from his home state of Georgia. Not exactly, well, definitely closer than if he was making this debut in Colorado. But here he is in the nation's capital, taking on the Nationals. He had 15 games started, a 4.17 ERA, was pretty solid, 110 strikeouts in 77 innings, a 4-5 record. Wasn't lighting the world on fire. But he was definitely ready. I think the numbers don't, the talent's there. The numbers aren't showing it, but he's ready for the major leagues, and hopefully he can catch fire with us here down the stretch as he takes on the Nationals. It is Josiah Gray going for the Nats, and he will face off against Nolan Jones here, third batter in the inning, and Nolan Jones doing Nolan Jones things, just getting doubles because why the heck not? He is made for extra base hits and starting to come alive here with the bat. Had a tough last year where he kind of struggled and then obviously was hurt. This year struggled out the gate, but again, starting to pull things together. Gray is going to get Chisholm to chase on the slider down, and that will do it for the Rockies half of the first inning. J.J. Rose coming right up. Unfortunately, no lead yet. And he's facing off against the Nationals here. And here he is, the scouting report. Fastball lives in the mid-90s and can creep up to 98. Curveball deadly. Slider has some velo to it. And the circle change in there that can mix in a nice little variety. DeAndre Jordan, one of the top picks from last year and one of the top prospects to start the year off. He is having a fantastic rookie season. He starts it off with a single here against Rose. And then Rose gets his first career strikeout against Keibert Ruiz in a clean first inning. A couple base runners, or one base runner, but no runs given up. And first strikeout in the career of J.J. Rose. Ezequiel Tovar now against Gray in the top of the second. Chopper down the line will be the second base hit of the day for the Nationals. And just squeaks past the third baseman there. Runner on to begin the inning. Bring up the next batter, and Ariel Amador dropped down to the 7th spot, just with Veen having the year he's having, and this was going to be a tailor-made double play ball. First, that's actually old friend Elihuris Montero. Second, back to Montero, and that will do it for the inning. So Gray gives the hit, but gets the double play he needs to get out of it. And it will be 2 hits for the Rockies so far, no runs to show for it. Rose back on the bump, strikes out Garcia. Back-to-back strikeouts for J.J. Rose, and that's what he's known for. He strikes kids out. He had a whole bunch AAA. Now has a whole bunch in his MLB debut. 3 already through 5 batters faced, or 5 outs. 3 of those have been strikeouts. Nolan Jones here in the 4th gets a cutter that he puts in almost a third deck. Absolutely blasted that one. And that gives Rose the lead now to work with. And Nolan Jones, a big fly for number 22, our, I guess, de facto captain. As he absolutely murderizes this ball. And I think actually clanks off of the side of the foul pole. Former Red Sox and Yankee Alex Verdugo is going to swing and miss at that slider by J.J. Rose. Another strikeout for him. Keibert Ruiz, however, struck him out to get his first career strikeout, and Ruiz is going to get revenge here. Kwan knew there was going to be a big bounce, so he waited on it, allowed the runner to get to third base. And Ruiz with a hit, and now in striking distance for the first time tonight is the Nationals. Rose is going to put an end to that. 1-6-3 double play as he sticks the glove down there. Look, Ma, what I found. And gets out of the inning. So gets a runner to third base, but strands him there with the good fielding effort. And that will do it for the home half of the 4th. Top 5, Ezequiel Tovar is going to lace this one into the gap. This will touch down. This will be 2 bases. Circling all around, potentially thinking 3. No, he's going to hold up at 2. And that's a big hit by Tovar. And now his 17th double starts off our inning. And our big boppers coming up shortly. We'll be able to drive him in, hopefully. And a good piece of hitting there. Tovar pumped up. Benny Montgomery now with Tovar at third base, trying to get to Gray here, and he will just watch a sinker get in there for strike number 3. Not that competitive. Probably should have got the bat off his shoulders. Ralphie Velasquez is going to chop this one to first base, and that will do it for the inning. So leadoff double is pointless. No one comes home, and that will do it for the fifth as we move on. J.J. Rose gets Brady House to swing over the top of that one. His fifth strikeout here as he's working deeper in this game and has been very, very good in his debut. This is the guy we envisioned. We made him the second pick in our draft. Zach Veen trying to chase this one down. Lays out. Keeps it in front of him. So prevents a run. Run's trying to score. Amador, plenty of time. So Zach Veen playing hero. Dives in front of it. Doesn't quite get the out there, but relays it into a very, 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 very solid play with him and Amador, and gets the runner out at home. DeAndre Jordan, may I help you, sir? Nope, just looking. And the sixth strikeout of the day for Rose. Maybe a little generous on the call, but beautiful backdoor curveball. Look at this thing. It clips it. It clips it. I'm calling it. It clips it. Dylan Cruz is going to mash this ball down the line. Will be a double for Cruz, the LSU product, and I think that's going to do it for J.J. Rose. And what a day it's been for JJ, as his family and friends out there to support him, as we are going to go to the bullpen, and that will do it for JJ's day, I believe. Should be. Hello. Excuse me. Yeah, and we're going to put in Brandon Barrera, as couldn't make up my mind there of who's going to come in. And he's been very, very solid. A guy that routinely struggled. The guy that we had higher hopes for when we got him from Toronto, but just hasn't lived up to those expectations. But now making his big league debut this year has been just fine. One of those rare guys where pitching better in the majors than he did in the minors. J.J. Rose a little bit in that same camp, but has been filthy for us, and that's why we trusted him in that spot. DJ Hertz in now, and that's a lefty for Tovar to tee off on. So maybe not the best of moves there by the Nationals, but it's going to be a double for Ezequiel Tovar. Another double for Zeke. Good thing we got his deal done when we did, because the price would continue to be going up. Ralphie Velasquez also loves himself a good lefty, as reverse splits for him. That's going to drive in one. Second run right behind him, and he'll be in there safe. Montgomery scores, and 2 runs for Ralphie Velasquez, picking up his pitching. 2-run double, his 10th of the season. He's been very solid. Hasn't, blown the doors off offensively, but for a young guy, he's come in, got some extra base hits, got some timely hits, obviously playing good defense back there, and really good from a solid backup catcher. So we will take it. And that will chase Hertz out of the game. Cole Henry will come in at 2.64 ERA for him. Stephen Kwan will say hello and put this one right back up the middle. Velasquez chugging around third base. He will score easily with a throw up the line a bit. And it's 4-0 with the Rockies taking a commanding lead in the later innings here. Cole Henry just couldn't beat Stephen Kwan. Not many guys can, Cole, so don't feel bad about it. 2 runners on for Nolan Jones. Lifts this one, but just ahead of it. Only 70 miles per hour off the bat. Lazy pop-up. And that will do it. Few come across the score. Ralphie Velasquez doing most of that. 2 runs off of his bat. And it'll be 4-0 with the Rockies in front. Tovar, Amador, Fernandez. A 6-4-3 double play. Barrera has been solid since coming into the game. Gets another scoreless inning for him, and he might just coast the rest of the way if we keep this at this score. Great inning-ending double play for the Rockies. DeAndre Jordan looking for his second hit of the day, and he will get it. Stephen Kwan out there, and just past his glove. Ground rule double for Jordan, as decided he wasn't going to just block shots and get rebounds for the Clippers or Denver Nuggets. He's going to come to Nation's capital and show he can mash the ball a bit as well. Grounder for Verdugo. Tovar toss it to first. End of the inning. Bang, bang play. And now it's Amador, Montgomery, Velasquez. Try to get some insurance before we close things out potentially. Pitching a shutout so far against the Nats. Velasquez, chopper to second base. Garcia over to short. Back to Montero. And that will do it for the away half of the ninth. And it's going to be Barrera still out there trying to close things out against Dylan Cruz, who beats him. 3 for 4 today is Cruz. And will that result in a pitching change? No, it will not. Ruiz takes ball 4. Now, will this result in a pitching change? And it will. Gabe Spire coming out 9 for 10 on saves, been extremely solid. Bring him into this situation, try to close things down. Runner in scoring position. And we got some guys we need to take care of in the middle of the order. Garcia, 97. Bye her. See you later, son. Thank you for attending. We appreciate the support. As he grounds out there, or excuse me, strikes out there. And now it sets up a game-ending double play, and that's exactly what Spire will get. Sinker gets it, and that will do it. Shutout here against the Nationals, and the Rockies win. Amador and Tovar, who got some pivotal double plays down the end there. They will shake on it, and J.J. Rose will win in his Major League debut. Big game, big day for him, and the Rockies continue to roll. They did drop the first 2 of this series, but came back and got a win, and trying to finish off this month with a good standing. And I didn't want to get those losses piling up. 3-hit day for Jones, 3-hit day for Tovar. Tovar a double, Jones a double, Jones also a home run. Velasquez a 2-run double was a big difference. Rose 6 strikeouts, 1 walk, 5 hits, 5 2/3 in his debut. No runs given up by anybody. Jordan and Cruz had big gays. Big gays. Yeah, shout out June. Shout out all the big gays. Big days. Hertz was the one who gave up most of the damage. We have a big trade. We're swinging for it. It is Nolan Gorman coming to Colorado. And in this deal, we are giving up Ethan Hankins, Alex Marine, and Hunter Goodman. The Cardinals are one of the worst teams in the league. Nolan Gorman is expiring. He's having a decent year. A guy like Jordan Walker was also on the table, but he was hurt right now. And this is why this makes sense for us. It's a big bat. We would dominate out of the mix. We wanted another bat to add in, either to first base or DH. Nolan Gorman can do both. He's a first baseman, but we're most likely going to ask him a DH, with Fernandez being a pretty good defender over there at first. So for this season, a rental to try to really capitalize on the season we have going for us. We don't want a black hole in that DH spot, so we're going to put in a pretty good bat. This year's been okay, but we know he can swing it. We're giving away Ethan Hankins, a guy that they need starting pitching depth, and also giving them a first baseman to replace Gorman. So Hunter Goodman, a guy that we've kind of had on our team for a bit, and a guy that we just haven't found a spot for. He's been killing it in AAA, and also a lot of service time. At 28 years old, they're going to get the rest of his career to do whatever they want with him. Not going to blow the doors off here, but a solid guy. Ethan Hankins, another guy who could be solid. We got him in one of our first or second season from Cleveland. Just hasn't been, ever since he got hit in the head, hasn't been himself, but is a guy that's depth, is a guy that can be somebody for a Cardinals team who's not good right now and has shallow pitching depth. Alex Marine is the big hit here. He's a guy that's going to go in and be one of their top prospects right away. Could push for some time in the rotation as well. And we're going to bolster up this lineup, and this is going to be very, very fun. I cannot wait to see Nolan Gorman debut. And he's going to debut here against the Chicago White Sox. So Nolan Gorman will be inserted into the lineup. We're 41-37. We're going for it. The White Sox we talked about, they're a good team right now. They are a team that, again, one of those adjacent teams, like I mentioned before, that we're kind of competing with, and if they're ready to go, we're ready to go. We tried to make a trade with them 2 off seasons ago. They decided that they thought they were going to win, and they were winning. And now we're going to see if we can battle them out head to head. Marco Garcia on the bump. It's been okay. I think a lot of that big ERA is due to some blow-ups in the bullpen where he gave up a lot of runs in short outings. I think overall as a starter he's been pretty solid. Ramses Feldman, one of the top overall pick a couple seasons ago, one of the top overall prospects. He's up with the Chicago White Sox due to injury, and he's going to be staying up now. He's filthy. He is going to get on base here with a double to start things off for the White Sox. Nico Horner, former Cub, now White Sox, is going to get the White Sox the lead as he doubles over the leaping attempt of Fernandez into the corner. Veen picks it up, fires it in a double. Horner and Feldman swap places, and it's 1-0 White Sox. Luis Robert Jr., strike 3, like 50 Cent would say, baby, use a window shop. And we tried to shop for him, and Chicago said no, sirree. And we say, all right, we got Stephen Kwan, we got Jazz Chisholm, we kept it moving. And he will strike out here. Nick Senzel, lefty killer, is not going to murder Garcia here. So he will fly out. Veen's there, and now we meet our offense for the first time today. Nico Horner, Ramses Feldman, a couple doubles, and they get on the board 1-0. The Victor Medeiros going for the Chi Sox. 4.36 ERA, 72 strikeouts in 66 innings. 4.36 area. 4.3 record. 25.4% strikeout rate to 10.2 walk rate. He has a clean first until Nolan Jones got to him, put a sinker right back up the middle. You know, Barry Bonds used to say, my bat used to catch the ball. That's how I was good at hitting, not all the vitamins I took. And Nolan Jones just looks like he catches the ball and just slices it, slings it, pings it wherever it needs. Speaking of pinging it, Coors! Jazz Chisholm says, you got 1 run, we got 2 runs. Big fly, Jazzman. He has been on fire since we said play ball all the way back in early March or late March, and he is killing it. 20 home runs. We're not even out of June yet, and he mashes that baseball. Oppo Taco, why not stunt for him, playa? Look at this. All the nerds out there, check out those numbers. Seems good to me. Yanquiel Fernandez trying to keep the good times a-rolling. And he will fly this one deep into center field. Robert Jr.'s back there, and he will camp out just ahead of the warning track, and that will be it. So Jazz Chisholm Jr., who's your daddy? It is I, the Jazzman. Colson Montgomery up now, one of the top players for the White Sox. And, ooh, smooth with it. Ezekiel Tovar, look at this move. One of the slickest fielders in all the Wild West, and we are so glad we have him playing the defense he can play at shortstop for us. It's been a godsend. And look at this. Just a flick of the wrist for 93 miles per hour. Just absolute cannon of an arm. Danny Jansen, he's going to go big fly as Jazz Chisholm just lets it go. Stephen Kwan giving the courtesy, I'll go after it, but got all of that one. Garcia gets tagged by Danny Jansen, one of their other big free agent signings from Toronto a few seasons ago. Moved him over to first base. And Danny boy, he goes yard. And that will be it for Jansen's at-bat. 2-2, 444. Jay-Z fan, it seems like. Dominic Fletcher. His brother probably put the over for hits on his betting slip today. No, we'll still yet to cash out because not getting a hit there. And that hit by Danny Jansen makes it 2-2. Brings up Nolan Gorman for the first time. A all-star last season. Is hitting .784 in the OPS department. 11 home runs, 44 RBI. Modest numbers for Gorman. We know he's a pretty good hitter, however, so we expect those numbers to go up, especially in the park he's playing in. Actually, an original draft pick by Colorado, but attached to the Nolan Arenado trade to make them just make sense for the Cardinals is weird. And he gets a hit. So he was always supposed to be here, and he gets a big hit, and he's on base to begin his Colorado Rocky career in the big leagues, at least. Medeiros gets his first strikeout on Tovar, who just loves striking out on pitches just way below the zone. Just loves a good curveball below the zone. It's his favorite. Bean singles in the right field. Now 2 on for the bottom of the order. Look at Bean just continuing. He's moved down to the bottom now as his average is kind of evened out. And Velasquez trying to bring them both home, and he will. Into left center field. One hops and stays in the ballpark. Good thing for us is being able to just keep chugging, and we'll get in there safely at home. And Velasquez, another 2-run double, doubles our lead. It's now 4-2. Ralphie really coming on as of late. This game being played just 2 days from that Washington series. I think this is the next game we're playing, actually. And he has been on fire as of late. Towards the end of this, towards the last last month, as we wait for Drew Romo to come back. Stephen Kwan says that double looked fun. I'll try one for myself. Brings home Velasquez in a double for Stephen Kwan. Gives us a 5-2 lead now. Stephen Kwan, a master out here of just hitting the shit out of the baseball. Nolan Jones keeps the good times going, and a stumble out there in right field. Jones will get a double himself, and now it's 6-2 Rockies lead as the offense continues to pour it on here. Offense really waking up, and just the perfect time for us to rattle off some wins. Jazz Chisholm, can he do it again? Not this time. He's going to have some mercy in his heart, and the White Sox finally get Jazz Chisholm out. But not before 4 runs come across the score here. Kwan, Jones, Velasquez, double, 4 runs. Just like that. Jeter Downs, famous Yankee killer. Oh, look at that. Some tomfoolery on my baseball field. Who says so? Hit the bag in accident and keeps runners in on the corners here. As Jeter Downs gets a little bit of a cheap hit. By the way, we're not even out of the 3rd inning yet. Nico Horner up, already has a double for a run. Marco Garcia trying to get out of this inning unscathed. He won't. This one's shallow. Kwan dives. Chisholm there. Going to toss it over second base. Runner safe. And it is now 6-3. Top of the 3rd inning. Garcia not having the best of outings. However, just bullying Luis Robert Jr. every chance he has. He just does not like this man. And 2 strikeouts tonight, both against him. Both on changeups, low and inside. This time a swinging changeup. Not the filthiest change that we have in our rotation, but one that gets the job done against perennial all-stars, I'll tell you that. Especially ones that hit lefties as good as Robert does. A dangerous spot to put that changeup, but he got away with it. Nick Senzel, he won't get away with that. The lefty masher this time gets his payback on Garcia. And Garcia has given up our 4-run lead just like that. Big fly. And boom. Senzel, 426 feet, 106 off the bat. Yeah, not great. Edgar Cuero is going to pop up. Jones is there to put it away, and that will do it for the inning. But a big inning for the White Sox after our big inning, and we're just trading blows at 6-6, 7 hits apiece. It is a mirror match here in Colorado through 2.5. Nolan Gorman, he's going to lay on this one. Curveball left high, and he is going to go opposite field home run. Nolan Gorman in his major league debut with the Rockies here. His Rockies debut officially. Again, played in our farms. How do I say that? Not professional debut with the Rockies. He played in our farm system. But the professional major league debut for the... I don't know. Either way, he's playing in that jersey for the first time. Hit a ball really fucking far. And it's 7-6. Colorado. Ball's flying. We're having fun. You're having fun. Yeah, Nolan Gorman having fun. 435 feet. Now we'll chase the Madero side of the game. Jake Eder coming out here. I think a former teammate, potentially, of Gorman. And Tovar does not care for Eder even a little bit. Bomb. Absolutely smoked. And that one back to back. Jacks for the Rockies. 12th home run of the year. And Colorado loves Tovar. Hey, I agree. I, for one, agree. Absolutely plastered that ball out of here. Wraps around the foul pole and long gone. Velasquez is going to ground out to end the inning. We're through 3. And 14 runs have been put on the board. What is this? 14 plus 2 is 16 hits on the board. And Nolan Jones going to fluke this one into left field. Oh, Colson Montgomery, get up there, young fella. Tall shortstop. Used every inch of him to get out there. And, yeah, that was a good play by Montgomery. We'll show it right here. Whoa, look at that. Acrobat. Okay. Bottom 6 now. The pitching has gotten better. And Rafi Velasquez said, Cody, shut the fuck up. I'm going to put this one 9 million feet. People in Washington State saw a meteor. Look at this. 477 feet, 115 off the bat. Velasquez doesn't get big hits too. I mean, in this episode he has, but when he gets a hit, look at that. Boom! That might be the most aesthetically pleasing home run we've had. That thing was just a fucking line. 115 miles per hour off of the bat. Jake Eder surrenders his first run, I think. Nope, he gave up a run on his first pitch of the ball game. Big dive over there by Horner at second base. Let's clap for Nico Horner. Good job, Nico Horner. And now you have a chance to end the inning, and you will. So, big fly from Velasquez there, and it is now 9-6. Rockies holding this lead late. Jazz Chisholm up, Andrew Nardi pitching, and Jazz Chisholm is going to greet him with a double. So we haven't seen many offensive highlights for the White Sox, so that means they have not been doing anything. I'm sure our bullpen is in by now, but you never know. Maybe Garcia, truthfully, I forget, but we'll see in the box score. How about that? Chisholm gets a double lead off the 7th inning, trying to get some insurance runs here for the Rockies, and they won't, as ending that 7th inning with a Nardi strikeout on Tovar. Has a couple strikeouts tonight, but has that home run, so I guess he'll make up for it. Nico Horner against Gabe Spire trying to end this game. Horner is going to single into left field, and all right, here we go. Bases loaded for the White Sox. They did not hear the damn bell. Luis Robert, however, has been trying to ring that bell all game. 3rd strikeout of the game, this time against another lefty in Spire. Now Senzel, very good against lefties, and he proves it. Up the middle, 1 run scores. Runner trailing is going to score. We're going to try to keep that run at second base. It's now 10-8 as the White Sox creeping back into this one. Colson Montgomery, liner, Zach Veen, hand up. There we go. That's it. Rockies pull out the win. 2-win episode here with the Colorado Rockies as they take down the White Sox, take down the Nationals. And fitting, we talked about the teams kind of in our area code when I was brought on to try to fix this ship. And we take 2 of them down here today. So a good pat on the back for me. We're better than this team, and we start off this series with a win. Again, made a big trade. Proved dividends in a home run on this one. We're trying to go for it. And that's exactly what we are doing here. Feldman, a couple hits. Downs, a couple hits. Everyone had a couple hits. We had a combined what is this? 30 minus 3 is 27 hits in this one. So, yeah, great. 18 runs scored. No one pitched particularly well. But, yeah, that's what it is. Home runs from Tovar, Gorman, Chisholm, Velasquez. Doubles from Veen, Jones, Kwan, Chisholm, Velasquez. Error on Tovar, his first of the season. This far in the season is fantastic. Barrera came in, gave you 3. Riley Pint gave you 1 2/3. And Spire gave up some at the end. But got the job done. So to wrap things up here, we're kind of just going to look around, see who's doing what in the minor leagues. I don't think there are any big moves made on our end. Just kind of going through and checking out who's doing well, who's not, all that super fun stuff. But here is we're kind of looking at our rankings as we head into the trade deadline coming up here. Offensively, still in that bottom half, but we are trending up higher. Do have a top 3 team in terms of doubles, and I think we are top 5 in home runs, I believe, as well. Or actually ranked 13th in home runs, so in the middle of the pack. RBIs on the higher end of things, and just some good places for us. Pitching-wise, however, here is where we rank in terms of around there. Near the top of strikeouts. Actually, that was offensive strikeouts, excuse me. Again, trying to figure it out. Best defensive team for another year in a row. ERA's lower. We have one of the lower save rate, but we're blowing a bunch of saves, but we're not giving up too many hits. We don't have a whole bunch of earned runs. We're not walking guys. We're striking out a good amount of guys, and pitching's been just fine. So that's going to do it here. What more moves do you want us to see as we try to win this thing? Try to have a really good season. Make the playoffs. So I'm excited. Hope you're excited. Big move. More big moves on the horizon. We'll see you then.